the dragon takes this opportunity to dive, do like not a straight dive, but like a sweeping dive, and in his hind claws, he wants to pick up the blood god's vessel and fly over the ocean with him.
Sanguinus?
Sanguinus, yes.
Okay, so I guess that would still just be a, what do you call it, a hack and slash? It's still just an attack to grab, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're at +3.
It might, like, not do damage, but grab me.
Right,
Yeah.
of course.
12.
So how do you choose to receive this action, then?
I prepare myself to stab at the dragon when he grabs me.
Okay, so you're going, what I would say then is you would allow yourself, because if you're going to stab at him, you're either trying to stop him from grabbing you or you're trying to do damage.
I'm letting him grab me.
Okay, so he will grab you, but you are going to see if you can do damage to him, so go ahead and roll for that.
7.
That is a partial. So what I would say is, normally...
Generally, that means he can attack me. And
normally you would not take damage, but in this case, I'll say you're going to take half damage. So,
sure.
Neal, go ahead and roll.
So I just roll for damage?
Yep.
Kind of hoping to kill him differently, but okay.
Oh, you won't kill me.
It's half this, yeah.
Yeah. 13.
So that would be 6 damage.
I eat it.
You're just going to take 6 damage?
Yep.
Okay, so the claws squeeze around you. They're doing 6 damage. He's picked you up. He's carrying you towards the ocean. There's other things that are going to happen in a second. We're going to freeze it right there. But
the damage that I deal him.
Yeah.
14.
I'm dead.
That's right. You only had 9 health left, and he just maxed out. So Burr comes down and grabs Sanguinus, squeezing him a little bit. You can see him go a little bit, and he carries him off. Sanguinus, what do you describe your action to me? I'll let you do that.
So, if he's got elemental blood, like, is that gonna like burst out all over me and burn the shit out of me or something?
That's what I'm saying. Describe how you cut him. Where?
So like, he grabs me, and then I slash up into his soft groin as he's grabbing with his back feet.
Okay.
And my sword just catches in one of like the soft jelly-like folds and just like drags a huge line, splits open the belly of this dragon.
So Burr immediately, much like the horse before him, bursts open at the stomach, and its entrails just drops out all over everything. It's like a, he's taking off, he's flying, all his muscles are flexed to get him up in the air, but his soft stomach wasn't prepared for this, and it just squeezes out all of his entrails all over Sanguinus and everybody else.
I believe I get to defy death?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Can I at least make a dying action?
Yeah, it's not an instant death, so go ahead and tell me what you're going to do.
I'd like to squeeze with my claws, hold him tightly, but I put all of my remaining energy into flapping my wings 1 or 2 or 3 last times to get us both over the ocean as deep as possible. I would like to, if possible, glide and crash as far out to sea as I can.
It happened pretty instantly, so you're not going. It won't be a glide because when you're in your death throes, you're not controlling those kind of things.
Right, it was like flap.
You're pulling within. You're losing strength. So you'll make it out into the water, but not that far. It'll be 20 yards out into the water, which is deep enough, and there's a dragon on top of him, by the way, to keep it.
And he's like in plate mail.
Yep.
Right. So that's what happens. You're clutching him as hard as you can, but again, when you're losing blood, you can clutch as hard as you want, but eventually things just lose.
Oh,
you just
totally.
Can't do anything.
Yeah.
So you eventually, like, you're over the water, you're crashing down. It's not a glide so much, it's just a crash. He's still beneath you, but you let go of him. So he's going to fall in. You're going to crash a little bit over the top, but your tail will hit him and knock him down into the water. And we'll go to that in a second. But most importantly, what happens is that you do, because of the soft, long cut under your belly, not soft, but the soft belly, all of your organs drop out. You die pretty quick. And as you open your eyes, you are still a gigantic fucking dragon, but you are in this cramped, cavernous place looking at these gates. The gates open up, and a lawyer walks out and says, "What the shit?"
Look, boss, I don't know. Something broke. He should have died like 5 times, boss, but...
I'm not your boss, and look, we haven't had a whole lot of your kind here. We don't like it so much. Tell me what's going to happen. So now you roll.
2d6.
2d6, and you've died every time you've done this so far. Actually, everyone has.
8.
Thank God. So
Partial
he
success.
says, look, I can do a deal with you. I just got word from the boss. I can put you back out there,
I can put you back in the ring.
but there's going to be some alterations. Are you okay with that?
Whoa. What sort of alterations are we talking about?
Well, I can't actually discern that. A lot of times it's not my call, but what I can tell you is you'll be back up there, you're going to be a dragon, and you can do what you want to do.
Sounds too good to be true.
Here's an example. I had a farmer came down here. He died. We did a little bit of a deal. He signed the paper. He went back up. I got word that he is still a farmer. He's still got his family and kids. He convinced them that he's the normal guy. But his flesh is he's a zombie. He's rotting. He's gross. He's disgusting. But he's up there, you know.
I could be a zombie dragon.
I think that's fair trade.
Deal. I lick my claw.
I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. Okay, sign it. Yeah, sure. So you sign it. Just like that, the place disappears. You're back up there. You're in water, and you're swirling around. And you see the ocean. You see Sanguinus behind you because you're turning around. You're kind of trying to figure things out. Sanguinus looks fucking huge, though. Like he looked like this little pebble last time you saw him, but now
dragon.
You notice that he's roughly 5 times the size of you, and you hold your claws up in front of you and everything, and you're fucking adorable. You've got these nice little claws and soft lizard pallid-like skin. You look like a gecko. It's really cute. All right, so before I get back to you, oh yeah, it's adorable. It's like a squeak.
From your son, Gwyneth! I will get you yet!
And Gwyneth just grabs and holds as he sinks into the bottom of the ocean.
No!
We'll get to you guys in a second. Let's go to the girls. So girls, you're running. There's a bear running towards the open gate. Meanwhile, the feral is running alongside her cougar. The 2 knights catch up to you very easily. They're much faster than you on these horses. They're going to try to run you through. What do you do?
Okay, I come to a halt and I summon the pack. So basically, I'm calling all the bears from the forest to come help us and fight.
Okay, so just to give you an idea of what this looks like, you stop, turn, and you start to like twinkle your bear fingers. But as you're looking towards the forest, it is a burning inferno. There's no fucking way anything is coming out of it.
But I feel it's supposed to summon the pack. Like if there were any
Sure.
bears in this forest, like they were probably running out, but they're still like I can't believe every single bear would be alive in this.
Absolutely, fair enough. So you twinkle this. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it because to be honest, it doesn't matter. You twinkle, you can feel the bears about 4 miles away turn and say, "We'll be right there." They're running too, Jen. So like, in a good couple hours, they're gonna fucking be right here. Meanwhile, what do you do?
Well, I turn around and I fight.
So here's the choice: you can either defy danger, or you could make an attack, but you'll just accept their attack at the same time.
So dodge is basically defying danger. I don't have either or.
The actual way this works is, and you're doing it right, Geoff, is that like Geoff has informed you of a threat coming your way, and you then say what happens, like what your reaction is. And so if you say something other than I dodge or I resist or whatever, then the threat follows through, but you still get to do what you said. So you can choose to dodge or to just straight up attack in return.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to dodge, but if I no, actually, they're on the horse, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I use my spare and I wait, I wouldn't do that. Okay, I'm gonna try to dodge. That's it.
Okay, so are you going to use your dexterity, like try to jump out of the way? Or are you going to use your?
I'm gonna roll away.
Go ahead and roll for it. Literally. And it's a fail. So this is awesome. Because just keep in mind, everybody, we're wrapping this up, so I'll just go ahead and start to take some liberties right now. Sees these horses riding towards her, and she looks at the cougar and in a last moment kind of lovingly says to it, like, protect yourself. Meanwhile, the bear is doing this like weird bear thing, like goes to do a barrel roll to get out of the way and ends up not really completing the barrel roll. She gets trampled by the horse. It steps all over her, snapping her spine, snapping her skull, and just breaking her into little pieces. And then they stop, and the knights go, "Son of a bitch, did she just jump in front of the horse?" And you open your eyes. You're in a dark, musky place, a cavern. You're facing 2 doors. The doors open, and a man dressed very strangely to you, but as we recognize, it's a lawyer, comes walking out and says, "You shouldn't be here. You've done nothing but good up there. I'm rooting for you. Let's see what happens." He takes out 2 dice, and he rolls them, which you'll now do.
It's just 2d6?
Do you have your real dice, Steph? Use real dice.
I only have one. No, only 1d6 and
Do a roll play so we can see.
Yeah.
It's a partial. So he looks down at the dice, and you recognize them to be very old dice, and he says, "All right, I'll tell you what. I can put you back up there, but you will, unfortunately, there's going to be some alterations. You are going to be unclothed as you are, and you can only speak to people, and animals will hate you."
No.
Oh, that's perfect.
I choose to stay.
All right, that's fine. That's totally okay.
And I
Opens
see
door,
the puppies, and I'm like, puppies.
and you can also see in the faint distance, like the lighting of explosions happening in the background, and it sounds like Sylph singing while getting exploded with puppies.
Also, I had Pugalicious on my back, so I guess he's...
Oh, he's
so
super
dead.
dead. We'll get to that in a second. Yeah. So you walk through, and immediately squirrels come over, and there's a badger that just like wants to. It's like, "I'm a badger. Let's play games." And you're like, "Oh, I let you know." And a koala bear comes rolling over, and it hands you like a paper mache mask that it made for you especially, and you are in Earth heaven. Meanwhile,
look, les petits chiens.
Oh, les petits chiens.
as Sylph says that, another fireball hits him in the back of the head, and he explodes in the door. On to the next character. Pugnacious opens his eyes. He's in a dark cavern. It's smoky. He looks at the door. The door opens, and a lawyer comes out and says, "You are the first of your kind to be here." And he says, "Really? That sounds fantastic. I like being unique." I've lost his voice a million times already. I can't even tell you what it is anymore. And the lawyer says, "Okay, well, do you want to go back up there, or do you want to come in, or what do you want to do?" He's like, "No, I'm quite all right here. It's totally fine. I'll come inside. I understand it to be quite great." And he says, "No, we're going to roll for it, because that's how we do things around here." And he rolls a success. So Pugnacious does walk through the gates and immediately is greeted by a fire hydrant of which he can pee on. Also, you'll note that his breathing is... You can't hear it. It's totally fine. His breathing is perfect in this underworld. And that is that. So we'll go back up to the top. Fawn, you have channeled correctly the bears. You can sense them coming many miles away. Your friend just got trampled to death and is squished beneath the hooves of a horse. The cougar is very sad and looking down at the corpse. What do you do?
I tell to the cougar, "Cougar, you are now mine. Pugalicious, are you alive?"
Okay, as you do that, the knight runs its spear through you. And that's going to be 2d10 plus 10. So you end up taking
2d10
10 damage.
Okay.
Or 2d10 plus 2, yeah. So you take 10 damage. What was your health at?
I am still alive.
Okay, he also pulls a sword out with his other hand and cuts your head off.
Oh, well, you can't, because I turned back into a human.
That's okay. Your elven/human head falls off from your shoulders. You open your eyes. You are in a dark, smoky place with 2 gates as they open up facing you. A very handsome man in a strange dress comes out and says, "Fawn, I've had my eye on you. You always try to do the best, and I appreciate that. Let's see what happens." And he rolls 2 dice.
Oh.
He says, "Unfortunately, you are super, super dead. I asked the boss what we could do for you. He said, do for her? Her head's gone, and there's a spear that went through her stomach. She's completely dead. There's nothing we can do. So, unfortunately for you, heaven awaits." And as you look through the doors, Fawn, what do you see? What is your heaven?
I see her and the cougar and the...
Oh, you don't see the cougar. Cougar's totally
not
Oh,
fine.
there.
yeah, that's true. Well, I guess I just see her, and I'm like, her!
Over
Shikomara
her!
casts
Over
Fireball.
her!
As you say behind you there's a sound, and you turn to look, and actually there is a cougar, and the cougar comes walking over. And the lawyer holds up his hand and says, hang on. Fawn, I've got other business to attend to. I'm sorry to run you through this. The hour has come so quickly. We have to wrap up this D&D session. So the doors close, and he looks at the cougar, and he says, Cougar, you didn't really do shit. You kind of helped one time, but, and the cougar just kind of like licks its paw and kind of its eyes. It just kind of looks around. And he rolls 2d6 and fails and says, okay, cougar, on you go. And the cougar looks in there and sees Fawn and and knows it's in heaven. So it walks through the gate and is happy to be with its masters. Back up to the top. Sanguinus, you are drowning. What do you do?
I hold on to this little whelp.
You can easily hold on to it. It looks like Spyro from a video game that'll come out, several thousand years later.
Do I still do the same damage with my attacks?
Absolutely not.
Damn
You
it.
do, it's a 1d4 plus 1.
I'd like to bend the elements. I'd like to have the water part in front of me, just in front of my mouth,
Sure.
not in front of his mouth, though.
All right, we'll say that's a hold. So here's what ends up happening. Burr looks ferociously at you, Sanguinus, as you're holding on to it with your death grip as you sink further and further into the ocean. And you notice a very cute little small pocket of a bubble open in front of Burr's mouth. And it's just enough to open up for one nostril, but not the other because it's so adorably small. So,
All right, I stab him.
And then you plunge your sword through him. So there's a sword coming at you, Burr. What do you do?
Partial success.
I'd like to do my damage.
So you're gonna attack him too. Okay, so go ahead and roll for.
How much damage do I do? Did you say?
We'll say you're at nothing. So it's just straight up 2d6, and then your damage will be 1d4 plus 1.
No, but his partial success means I get to automatically do damage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Good point.
So I'm sorry, I missed the damage again. D6 plus
1d4 plus 1.
Do I still have my piercing 4?
Sure.
Sweet.
I deal him 9 damage.
Yeah.
I deal you 4 damage.
I eat it.
So your sword goes right through this adorable Spyro-looking purple dragon, and it's completely dead. It's tiny as all get out. You've actually just completely killed it. But as it's dying, it's scratched against your armor just a little bit. Just a little bit. Burr, you open your eyes. You're in a dark, musky chamber. The doors open.
Fuck you! You said I'd be a dragon! You jackass! Go to hell! I swear to God, I'm gonna rip your eyes out! I attack the lawyer.
Ah!
So you actually come bumbling over to the lawyer, and you start
I start flapping my little wings.
The lawyer starts giggling and kind of laughing and drops his cigarette.
I am ferocious! Take me seriously!
And he says, okay. And he scoops you up with one arm, and you're still kind of clawing at him. You'll notice
I am ferocious!
you're hitting his suit, and just nothing's happening. It's not even making a dent. He's actually just invincible. And he carries you on inside, and you look in there, and the minute you break the threshold, you once again turn into the mighty Burr.
Do I crush the lawyer?
The big golden dragon. You can try.
I mean, he was holding me, so now that I walk through, and he's still holding me, now I'm a big dragon.
No, he lets go of you, and you float forward, and then turn into Burr, the big dragon.
Okay. Cool.
And he says, "All right, Burr, you're done. Flash forward now, or not flash forward, excuse me, but back up to Sanguinus. Sanguinus, air is a thing of luxury. You don't have it. The world is a icy, cold place. You're sinking further and further to the bottom of whatever this. It's obviously not the bottom of the ocean, but the bottom of that part of the ocean.
Yeah.
When all of a sudden, a hand grabs you and pulls you to the top of the water, and you gasp, and you take your first breath of air that you had in too long, and you look into the eyes of a man hanging over a skiff, and you recognize it to be Captain Morgan.
And I say, Yar,
and he says, "Do you know?" Or he says, "Yar! Do you know where I can get a lass for to spend the night with me? I've been firing in the loins harder than you can ever imagine." And that is where we will end this quest. Job well done, everybody.
That was great. It was fun not to care.
Yeah.
What I thought was, I liked how we actually spent a total of, at this point in time, the 3 hours now and the 4 last time, 7 hours, 0 story. We barely made it out of the castle, and it really, this whole session was just you guys killing each other. There's nothing. No story at all. Easiest DM session ever, other than just keeping you guys in line. That's all I had to do.
Yeah, that was great.
It was really fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I had a blast. So thank you, everybody. That was Dungeon World. Make sure and shout out to Dungeon_World. But these people, I know they work hard and they got jobs to get to in the morning. So let's do our shout outs. Let's start with Neal.
I'm going to be super quick because we don't have a lot of time. So thanks for watching. Dungeon World was fun. I don't know what we're doing next week, but I hope it's equally fun.
I guess Word on the Street is no Anna, so you guys will have to think of something.
We'll do something magical. For me, the only thing that I have to say is that 2 weeks from today, on the 27th of May at noon Pacific time, I will start my next marathon stream. It is going to be 120 hours in theory. It's my aim. It will take me Tuesday through Sunday, noon to noon, and I hope you're there for some of it. That's it.
It's the release date of Watchdog. You should probably play that.
Maybe I will play Watchdog then.
Power through.
Just saying.
#Ubisoft.
Maybe some
All
of
right.
my friends at Ubisoft will give me a free copy.
Also, check out Neal and all his shows and all the things that he's doing. Neal, what's your next show and stuff?
Tomorrow we have maybe Mafia, maybe something else. Thursday we got Vigil, Roleplay Vigil, and we have Love Bites, which is going to be super fun because we have a guest who's going to be amazing for it. So
And Solemn.
Also, yeah,
and
we have
Solemn. Is that Solemn is Thursday too?
Yeah.
That's what we agreed to.
Yeah, perfect. We got all the shows Thursday. Thursday's a packed day.
It was a packed day. So that's Neal in a nutshell. Make sure and follow him on Twitter at KOIBU0. Jen, how are you? Let's get some shout-outs.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was really a blast. It was so much fun. I'm really happy that everyone participated alongside us. Thank you for coming on Misscliks, guys. Always fun to have you around. And make sure to follow me at Livinpink SC2, Facebook, YouTube, all that jazz, /Livinpink, Twitch also. And check out Roleplay this Thursday. It's going to be fun as well. Discover my character and follow Victorian's adventures, pretty much. So thank you guys for watching. And make sure to follow all the Misscliks things and check out their website.
Absolutely, which is just misscliks.com, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. On to Steven.
Yeah, this is awesome. I love doing this. It's a lot of fun to play instead of being the GM for once. Let me think. If you're curious what Dungeon World looks like when the party isn't just tearing itself apart the whole time, which is awesome, and this was a really fun session, so no complaints about that. But if you are, you should check out the roleplay show that I run for JP called Roleplay R&D, and of course Neal runs the Roleplay Solemn show over on JP's channel. You can follow me on Twitter at Silent Osiris, and the O is a 0. And if you do so, you'll discover that I am the lead level designer for a game called Warhammer 40,000 Eternal Crusade. So if you're interested in third-person shooter MMOs, you should check that out.
Heck yeah,
and
and
for a
Warhammer.
long time, but yeah. And that's all from me.
All right, Miss Harvey. Wait, we already did. No, we didn't. Go.
And then it's you. Follow me on Twitter. I'm on I don't know, not even 400 of 10,000. So that's a big achievement for me. Also, follow me on Twitch. I try to stream multiple times a week. And I've been playing with rookies CSGO. So if you want to learn, I teach them about their video settings and everything. And Jen and Neal, if you want to play, especially because I'm off season for my off season for the playoffs in my league, so I have time to teach you stuff.
I will play Counter-Strike with you whenever you want to play.
Okay, cool. And other than that, guys, I do vlogs every day on my YouTube. If you're interested, they're not always amazing, but sometimes they are. Like, I scream at spiders and I cry on Misscliks, and I talk about it. And other than that, thank you guys for coming on the show. Thank you to everyone that helped the show make it happen. The guys that did the overlay, the people that are running the website, Stephanie Powell, always there for us, working so much for Misscliks. And we can't wait to have Anna back. Also, don't miss when Anna is back on Misscliks, I'll have a new character.
Very exciting. That's the first person and the only person to die on that show, I think, so far. So,
so
you guys are mortal, after all. I just want to give a shout out to the Misscliks crew for asking me to do this. A lot of fun. It's just like Steven, who's normally a GM, right? For you, Steven? Yep, he's normally a GM. It's fun to be on the other side of the dice, as it were, kind of making the story, and in this case, not making a story at all, but witnessing you guys be hilarious and just trying to keep pace. For me personally, as always, just follow me on Twitter, iNcontroL. Otherwise, I stream on Twitch at iNcontroL TV, and a big shout out to my team and our lovely sponsors that make my gaming life possible, Evil Geniuses. We are currently dominating in, I think, every single game, except for StarCraft 2, really. So,
and CSGO.
Yeah. But we got COD, so it's close enough.
Not the same thing. Fine.
I'm just teasing. For me personally, I will be on Solemn this Thursday, and I'm gonna play Warhammer on Friday and go see Godzilla. Make sure everyone does that. It looks great. Should be a lot of fun. And that's it in a nutshell. I got some good news. I have casting gigs coming up that I, of course, can't announce, and a couple opportunities to play in tournaments, which I wasn't counting on, which I'll be super excited about. So if you're interested in StarCraft 2, check me out. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.